Morning. Welcome to another beginner workout, another Tuesday morning workout. Today we're going to do a Mobilize stretch activate. So what that means is we'll do a dynamic stretch, which is a stretch that we move through. We'll do more of a static stretch, and then we'll activate the muscles. I might have a chunky little friend joining me throughout. He's a little bit stubborn this morning and always very affectionate. Hopefully he'll join me in today's workout too, because I think he certainly needs it. So without further ado, we will get going with our warm-up. Warm-up's not going to be too much today. We'll start with our hip hinge. So just pushing the hips back, crawling the hands along the front, and then we'll come up. And then as we come up, we'll pull back on our left fingers. Arms overhead. I'm going to push my hips to the right, lean to the left. And push my hips to the left, lean to the right. We'll go down one more time there. So again, keeping my back straight as I hinge to the hips, crawling my hands along the front of my body. I'm going to stand up, and then this time as I stand up, I'm going to pull back on those right fingers. Arms overhead, hips to the right, lean to the left. Hips to the left, lean to the right. For our next stretch, we're going to do our standing torso rotations. Just to get that morning stiffness out, I'm going to take a step forward with my left, turn to my left, step forward to my right, turn to my right, and we're just going to alternate through that. Just don't forget to breathe throughout this. This workout, like I said in the description there, it's for everybody. It's nothing too intense. We're just going to go through our own range of motion, our own abilities, and as always, we're going to make our workout our own, right? Modifying where we need to. Just be 1 second here. All right, and then we'll finish off with just a little bit of cardio to get the heart going. We'll go to those jumping jacks. So you can either, do your full jumping jack, right? Or, as always, the modification, we can just do our steps. Side to side. Or full jumping jacks, right? All right, let's get right into it. So within group 1, forgot to start my timer here. That's no problem. We'll just start her now. So within group 1, we have our biceps, quadruped biceps and forearms. So I'm going to face you guys for this to start. So knees are under hips, hands are going to go under shoulders. But with this today, got to make sure I'm back far enough, is I'm going to point my fingers as close as I can to myself. So my palms are going to be facing away. I can't do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow my fingers to point out to the sides. I'm in that quadruped position now. So you can see that from the front. And then I'm going to show you what I do from the side. So if you attended Justin's class, you would have done these already. You probably might already feel a stretch in your forearms here. We're going to lean forward. And then as we come back, we're going to lean back, feeling that stretch in the bicep and the forearm. If I was pointing my fingers at myself right now, it would certainly be stretching my biceps a lot more, my forearms a lot more. But I just don't have that range of motion. It would be a little bit painful on me, so I'm going to avoid that. We got 3 more here. So you can stand up for this, you can go from your knees, but we're going to do our wrist flexion and extension. So for flexion, we're just going to pull back, and we're going to hold that for 15 seconds. It sort of looks like that, and then we're going to switch sides. And we're just holding this one. Couple more seconds here. All right, and then we're going to go to our bent knee dip. So I have my chair here. These are bent, and I'm just lowering myself. I'm not sure if you guys saw or had a chance to do my challenge, but those push-ups I did yesterday, I am feeling in some kind of beautiful way early this Tuesday morning. And my triceps are on fire already. And just so, you know, we tend to get caught up in what muscles are what, and, you know, anatomically. If you don't know what our triceps are those muscles on the back of your arm, and that's where you really want to be feeling that exercise. So we're going to go back into our quadruped position and into our forearm and bicep stretch. So yeah, just so you can see which way my arms are pointed, right? Forward and back. We got 10 more seconds here. I really feel this stretch in my forearms and biceps. We typically get a lot of tightness in those muscles just by sitting at a keyboard a lot. So now we're going to go to our extension. So what I'm doing, go a little closer for you, is I'm pushing down gently on my fingers at the knuckles. And we'll switch sides. So I'm just pushing ever so gently, and I'm feeling the stretch on the top, right? And you might find one side is a lot tighter than the other. Generally, your dominant side will be a little bit tighter. And just as always, we always remember to breathe through these, right? All right, and we'll go to our bent knee dips. 3, 2, and 1. Great, don't forget to breathe. Again, we want our elbows pointed straight back behind you. Don't allow your elbows to flare out. Less than 10, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Excellent. All right, and just enough time to get into our quadriceps, biceps, and forearm. All right, so fingers pointed as close to you as you can. And we're just rocking through that. If you find that your fingers are, you know, just all you can get is pointed to the side, what you can do is you can actually lean side to side instead, right? You're still stretching out those same muscles without trying to stretch yourself out. Oh, I can't even get my fingers pointed a little bit towards me. You'll certainly be stretching both the wrist flexors here and the biceps. All right. And we're going to do wrist extension again just because we do get a lot of forearms in that stretch. So remember, we're starting by pushing down. That's where I'm sort of pushing down from is the middle of the two knuckles there. And we'll switch sides. Just like so. All right, now last set of bent knee dips. I haven't been counting the round timer this time through, but I'll make sure that I do it on exercise group 2. I apologize for that. Sometimes I get a little lost in the explanations. Oh, my triceps are burning. I will tell you that for free. But I'm pushing myself through it. Perfect. All right, a little bit of a break as we go on to group 2 here. So we have our supine knees to elbow. And we're just going to go ahead and get right into this. So I'm on the ground in a T-spine position. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be bringing my knee to same side elbow. And you can alternate, but what I'm going to do is for 15 seconds, I'm going to do one side, And then 15 seconds, I'm going to do the other. So we can just go ahead and get started. And I'll show you what that looks from this angle here. Might be able to get a little bit more information from that. I'll turn back to my side on the other side, so we'll switch. Right? I'm really trying to control my core so that I'm not turning as I drive that knee to same side elbow, right? All right, perfect. Gastroc stretch. We're going to find a wall or a couch, chair, take an exaggerated step back with my right foot, and I'm driving my right heel into the ground. And on that halfway mark, I'm going to switch sides, right? Chest stays up nice and proud. I'm switching sides. Driving my left heel into the ground. Left leg stays straight. Again, for these, we don't need this stretch where, you know, it's a 10 out of 10 stretch. We often talk about 6 out of 10 is where you're supposed to be reaching. And that's what I want you guys to find as well. Find that 6 out of 10 stretch. And that will be best for your improvement. And last but not least, we have our squats. Feet hip width apart. What we're going to do is we're going to hinge at the hips, bend up the knees, right? We're going 3, 2, and 1. Right? Chest stays lifted, elevated. You know, if you have trouble squatting, just remember we can get our chair. And all I'm doing is I'm sitting into that chair and standing up, right? Sitting into that chair, standing up. Toes can point a little bit outside. Knees can point a little bit outside to create space. And we can sit into that space, but we don't want to be in a position where, you know, our feet are looking like ducks, right? All right, and when we're on the ground again, for our supine, knees to elbow. I'm just sort of missing my timer here, but I will do my best. So we're going knee to elbow, right? Last seconds, we'll switch sides. And switch. Excellent. All right, gastroc stretch. We just really have enough time, and we're on round 2. I caught it early enough, so it counts. Right foot back, driving the right heel into the ground. Nice straight leg, right? Look from my shoulder to my ankle. That's all one beautiful straight line, right? And we'll switch sides. Driving my left heel into the ground, right leg bent. I'm leaning into this couch, right? And again, you see that nice, same, beautiful line, shoulder to ankle, right? Perfect. Just enough time to grab some water if you need it. This one's a good transition period if you need to get water. We have a bit of time, and we go right into our squats, right? Hinge at the hips, bend at the knee. And you'll notice the angle of my spine is the same angle as my shin here. So you often hear, you know, don't go knees over toes when you squat, don't lean forward when you squat. As long as the angle of your spine is the same angle as your shin bone here, you're golden. All right, perfect. Enough time to get on the ground, right? And we're on final round. Supine knee to elbow. I'll give you guys sort of a different view here again. And we're going again. I'll do both sides from this angle so you can really see, you know, I'm controlling my torso so I don't rotate, right? We want that core to be strong, not sloppy. We'll switch sides. If you need to alternate during this exercise, so you're doing, you know, left, right, you know, like I always say, you got to make your workout your own, right? And time. Sock coming off there. Can't have that up on our feet. Enough time to do the gastroc stretch. Right foot back, nice straight line, chest lifted. I'm just breathing naturally. I'm hanging out. I'm having a good time. Beautiful Tuesday morning. And we'll switch. This is a great workout, you know, if you're watching on YouTube later. You don't need to do all sets at one time, right? What you can do is you can, you know, each round's about 6 minutes throughout your workday. You know, cue up the video, pause. I took that one a little extra. So we're just going to go right into those squats. Pause the video, you know, after you do each group, just to get that little bit of added movement in your day, especially if you're working from home right now. You know, there's a lot of keyboard work. You're sitting at your desk a lot. Gotta go. Just take some time, you know, 6 minutes at a time doesn't seem so daunting to add in those movement breaks, right? You can't stress the importance. Don't speak so good in the morning of those movement breaks, right? So group 3, again, we're going to get right into it. Our first exercise is a T-spine windmill. And I'm going to show you, I guess I'll do the right side first to show you. So again, we're in that T-spine position, right? Except I'm going to bring both my knees to the side so they look like this. Maybe this side's better to show you. My left hand is going on top of my right arm, which is extended. And then all I'm doing is it's like I'm playing air guitar over my head, and then as I come to the bottom, I'm just going to come through, overhead, through. If it's more comfortable for you just to do, you know, the full windmill, go ahead, do that full windmill, right? And you guys can go ahead and join me on this. Again, I'm reaching all the way back, coming all the way through, really feeling that stretch. My chest open, we'll switch sides. For this time, I'm going to come through like this. Switch sides like that so you guys can see sort of my range of motion in my shoulder. And I'm fortunately hitting that chair right now, but I can fix that. Problem with long arms. I open up, I reach back. And I come on through. All right. Took a little bit of extra time on that one, but it's not the worst one. Oops. Not round 4. Round 1. So Cobra, right? Popular yoga position that I always butcher. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend my legs behind me, and I'm just going to push my hips into the ground and lift my chest up, right? Looking straight ahead forward. If you need to take a break during this one, what you can do all the time, right, is just go into that child's pose. You can hang out there, and then just come back to the Cobra when you're ready. 5 to go on this one. Breathe, look forward, and time. And our last one, our bird dogs, right? Quadruped position. Knees are under hips, hands are under shoulders. I'm going to extend opposite arm, opposite leg, opposite arm, opposite leg, right? Like we're that bird dog pointing to that duck. Or tofu if you're vegetarian, hunting tofu out in the wilderness. We got 5 to go on this one. All right. Just enough time to get into that T-spine windmill. I'll show you guys this angle again here. My knees are on top of each other. And then I'm just playing that air guitar. Reaching up, opening up behind me, coming through. I'll switch sides now. This way here to give you
different angles here. You can really see my chest opening up throughout this exercise. Bad spot there. And I'm not really turning my body too much on that one. I'm really letting just my chest open up. So our cobra position, right? Bring the hips down. Chest up. I'm breathing naturally. And again, maybe I need that break. So maybe I go into that child's pose, just hang out here for a little bit, and then I get right back into that cobra's pose, right? No shame in ever modifying. You're just doing what you need to do to make your workout your own. All right, and then we go into our bird dog. Again, good time if you need to have some water. Just have your water right beside you, ready to go. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and opposite arm, opposite leg, right? Breathing through it. For this too, I'm not like turning my body, right? Like when you see from this angle, you can see my core stays strong. I'm not, tilting. Really only go to your range of motion where you're not tilting side to side. You're strong, you're slow and controlled. You feel comfortable with the exercise. All right, and that's round 2. All right, we'll go back into those windmills. These are on top of each other. I'm turned and a windmill, and I'm strumming, coming all the way through. Again, you can always just go over and just straight through. You don't need to do that bottom half. We'll switch sides. Back angle here. Not sure how much information you guys get from this angle, so I will turn. Make sure that I and last one here. And I'll just come straight through on that one, no problem. Cobra. Chest is up. I'm pushing my hips into the ground on each breath. I'm sort of trying to sink a little bit lower, lift that chest a little bit higher. I need that little bit of break. I go into that cobra position or child pose position, and then I just go right back into it, no problem, right? A few more seconds in this one. All right, bird dogs to finish. Round 3, group 3, opposite arm, opposite leg. Or halfway there, tend to go. Staying nice and strong. I extend out. Using that whole posterior chain, using my core to stabilize. Perfect. And then we're on to the last group. There we go. We have our arm swings, our chest stretch, and our single leg push-ups. So our arm swings, arms are going to start palms up to the outside. We're going to come across as we alternate. Fix my pantaloons there. Just following that same structure, right? Dynamic stretch, static stretch, activate. A few more seconds here. All right, so we're going to do our chest stretch, or our chest stretch is our handcuff stretch. So I'm grabbing my hands behind my body, bring my shoulders back and down, chest proud, breathing through it. Again, right? We want our chest proud, our shoulders back, standing up nice and tall. The next one's the one I'm sort of dreading. So I might just hold this stretch for infinity. Just with that push-up challenge yesterday, these single leg push-ups that we're going to be doing are a little bit difficult. I'm going to show you guys in 3 ways. So you can, of course, I'm going to grab my handles here, just because we've been stretching the wrist a lot today. So I don't want to hurt anything there. So I have my handles here. So single leg push-up, right? Of course we can do up and down, right? Switching legs halfway through. You can also do it from that modified position, from the knees. One leg up. And you can also, I'll just finish the last 30 seconds here, or last 10 or so here. You can also do them from that incline, right? Switching on that halfway point. All right. Hopefully you guys were joining me through the start of that. We'll go right into our arm swings. Round 2, I'll do them all from full position, just so you guys don't think I'm trying to skip out here, trying to miss out on my workout. Just trying to make sure everyone has a position, right, where they can feel comfortable doing their push-ups, do their full range of motion. We're on our last group, so you can be happy about that. We'll go right into our chest stretch. Again, I grab my hands behind my back like I'm handcuffed, bring my shoulders back and down, and I just look ahead, right? I feel this one pretty immensely. There you go, and then we're onto the ground for our single leg push-ups. All right, grab a drink if you need to. Just like at any point you need to take a break, you can. All right, and we're going. These are very brutal for me right now. Just with that push-up challenge yesterday. Oh, we'll switch sides. Tend to go. Switch a little bit prematurely. Perfect. All right. On to our last round. Standing up, grabbing a drink if you need to. Go into our arm swing. So I start palms up and out. And then as I cross my body, I alternate which arm's on top. Halfway there. Even these, feeling my chest, that's okay. That just means I know I'm working, right? It's a little bit of a bittersweet feeling, a little bit of self-schadenfreude, if you will. All right, into our chest stretch, handcuff stretch, arms back and down. Head neutral, looking ahead. I'm just going to sort of stretch out the neck there. All right. For our last set of single leg push-ups, I'm going to go from standing here, straight leg back. Again, I keep that straight line still throughout. And it still burns all the same for me, right? Because modified just means I can keep the same intensity that I want to in my workout, right? I don't want to be on the ground doing, 1 push-up, 2 push-ups, full push-ups. All right, and that's time there. 1 full push-up in that 30 seconds. I want to try to keep that intensity a little bit. But if that's what you're gunning for, you just want to get that strength to do those full push-ups, make your workout your own. All right, so that's round 3 of group 4. We will go into our cool down now. So I'm going to start on the ground with that figure 4 stretch. So I'm going to take my left leg, I'm going to cross it over my right, onto my back. I'm going to put my right hand on the outside of my right leg, left hand through that hole between my left leg and my right leg. And I'm going to pull my knee towards my chest. Excellent work today. If you made it thus far, if you had to pause throughout the video, just adding those 6 minutes in at a time, good for you. Congratulations. This is a great workout for recovery. A great workout if you're just starting out. Great workout if maybe you don't move so well. Although it's sort of a one shoe fits all sort of workout. So we switch sides there. I didn't audibly cue that, so I apologize. We'll go into our half kneel hip flexor stretch. So I'm going to take that exaggerated. I'm going to show you the right side first. That looks a little better. Right foot forward. See, I got this nice little half kneel going on. This knee's a little bit behind this hip. I'm going to push forward, and as I do, my left leg's down. So my left arm is coming up. I feel that all throughout there, but mostly as I lean into this stretch, I feel it in my hip flexor, right? Great stretch to combat sitting. You're elongated in this whole position. You hardly get that throughout your day if you're sitting all day. We'll switch sides. I'll show you the front here. My left leg's going forward this time. I'm pushing, leaning forward. Right arm comes up. And oh yeah, all throughout there when that arm comes up, but certainly in the hip flexor when I lean forward. All right. I think that is good enough to call it a day. I hope you guys enjoyed the workout today. As always, if you have questions, comments, or concerns, you can leave them on Facebook. You can leave them on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll say they could the phrase that's become synonymous with YouTube videos. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help us out grow the channel. And your comments help us dictate what future workouts will look like. If you're looking for something with a little bit more weight, we need to know that. We need to know what you guys are doing, what you guys like, what you dislike. But that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed the workout today, and I hope you guys have a great day. And I'll see you next time.